Hello, this is a league game where white won by Komi, but the game was full of surprises. So first of all, white started with a pretty good opening, but then later in the middle game, white almost got captured in the center, and somehow he managed to escape in a seki, mutual life in the middle. So later on, white played a better end game and won the game eventually. So let's have a look. Here white is inviting black for diagonal fuseki, but black still goes for a simple one, keeping things easy with a parallel fuseki. Now black attacks high, which is rare nowadays because everybody is fond of playing the p3 move, which is AI oriented style of play. And we have the most common joseki with p3 attach and pull back to grab the corner. That's absolutely fine. Basic pattern so far, and now white hits center. So white attacks the top left corner low this time, which is the most common way. Black pincers, and here white again plays the one space jump like in a game we've seen earlier. White should really consider the pressing move, the keima, or the kind of move to sacrifice. So this is the option I really enjoy because it's speeding up the fuseki for white, and white it's already centered, so white can play a move like h3 or a move like r14 or sun invasion. But okay, this is probably a matter of style or taste. Locally it's fine to play a one space jump, and it's also okay to play d15. So real quick to go over a basic joseki here: push and cut, hanging connection to defend against the cut, a tiger mouth, black defends the corner, white defends the top. So it's a trade joseki, and probably one of the most common ones with a low and tight pincer by black. So we have this move, and surprisingly black plays on the third line instead of playing on the fourth line. Usually black steps ahead to the fourth line to be ahead on the fourth line, which is the so-called line of victory. So when black pushes, white pushes from behind, this feels quite good for black to grab the territory on the fourth line. But it's also okay for white because white is making a wall and then counter pincers. So that's another joseki to think about. Now white jumps along, but white can actually consider shoulder hit to put pressure on the group on the left side, or shoulder hit in the top at h16. Now with this move, black can push and cut, and we have a pretty fierce fight. Black can play Kosumitsuke here, then extend, separate. Now black has several groups to worry about. The corner has a problem, so black either blocks like this or comes out. The top stone needs a base, and also the stones in the middle are in trouble. So this fight is actually quite promising for white, or slightly better. Therefore, in the future it's good to think about d13. So white played a one space jump, which is also okay because if black jumps along on the left side, white will pincer the top, and if black defends the top, like it happened in the game, white surrounds the left side. Now black plays a Kosumitsuke, and here instead of bump, which is a good practice to separate black stones, white can still go down. I mean, this bump separates black corner from the top, but also when black goes up, black gets stronger in the top right area. So it's also in a way a helping move or a thank you move. But if white goes down, white doesn't have to worry about the wedge and cut, because when black plays here, after Atari and connect and black cuts, white actually turns in the top, and now black is in trouble. If black captures one stone here, white can take the one in the top, or white can play counter Atari and another Atari from behind, or simply pull back. So black's formation is still over concentrated, and white later can jump at c18 to reduce the eye space in the corner. So actually you want to bait black into cutting at e16, but if black defends the corner, later on it's easier to invade the top like this, for example. So you don't always want to play the bump just because it's a fancy, nice looking move. Anyway, black defends and white plays away. This move is really large and it's a good fuseki point. Well, locally on the left side, white should play a move like e11 to prevent the cuts, or something like d9. Anyway, r14 is a large point, then hane. So black is playing the attach and nobi because he wants to work with his k16, which is a fine decision. White attaches under. White can push r15, then either defend r12 or r10. And now there is still a cutting point at q15 or an invasion at o17. So usually the Joseki ends like this, which is center for white. And now I can play h3, preparing the invasion at m3. So we have the attach, which is a fine move too. Another option is to play s15 Kosumi. It's very trendy. Black usually defends, white pushes along, and now white is also setting up a big moe on the right side. But it can just be an okay moe here. So we have the attach. Black plays the wedge to create cutting points. Black can also block like this and connect in the corner. If white extends, now black is stronger in the top, so black can play inside approach, outside approach, and the peep like this. Then this kind of cut can be quite annoying. Anyway, we have this kind of variation, wedge, Atari from the outside turn. It's all good, but overall white is happy with the territory in the top right, and there is still this annoying cutting point that white can use pretty soon actually. So black plays an inside approach, and here white pincers. That's a good decision because it helps the stones in the top left and it's pretty good distance. Now black invades the corner. So far so good. White could also connect solid like in the basic pattern, but nowadays it's actually more common to play b6, and it leads to the same kind of Joseki. Then we have this Tetsuji here. Now instead of playing that move, which is actually quite fine, locally on the bottom side, white can play g5 or push along to expand the moyo. But white can also play a move like j17 to see how black reacts. Usually black will cover, not to allow the push and cut. And here white can play the hane, then connect at e18. With e18, white is creating two things. One is to cut at h17, and the other one is to jump in the corner at c18. So A or B. If black protects the corner here, white cuts and it's actually happy to capture that stone. If black defends this way or Atari and then connect, but the Atari can be dangerous. White can block with Ko, so just protect like this. White will jump in the corner, so this will put a lot of pressure on the corner as well. Therefore, you don't need something very sophisticated like the peep at b15, even though the combination with j17 and hane can also be pretty elaborated. But yeah, so we have this kind of Tetsuji. Probably white was hoping for a connection, then simply link under, and now black will struggle for ice and white can reduce the top. That was maybe the original plan. Black found an interesting move here, but this gives white Ponuki, which is nice. So black keeps the corner safe, but white can block here in center, threatening the cut and capture. So this makes white very strong in the middle, and white can push along here. Then also think about some moves like a Tsuke this way to reduce the bottom side in center. I mean, keep this bottom side very low or flat, and then jump in the middle around k13 to expand the moyo. So the moyo grows in this direction, and with this move, you're also reducing the top moyo. This looks really good for white actually. So white plays only a 2-space jump, black blocks, white goes down. Now here, white should hane first, and then instead of nobi, white can play an attach and then connect. This way, white reduces more and then push along and expand the moyo. So hane, it's obviously a better move in this case, because if you hane and black nobi and then you push and black connects here, if we compare to going down first and hane, on this hane, black will never turn direction at L14, but block with hane also. So it's better to start with the hane and then this push in the top, and then later push along. So you get inside the top a little more. This schema is good, threatens the G3 move. Black doesn't care, it seems. And here, white could continue with an attach. Black usually goes down, then block here. Black needs to protect the corner, and instead of blocking c9 or d8, white should play a cap move, because white is very strong on the outside. Having this Ponuki here and this schema, it's quite easy to fight. I mean, don't let black come into the center. The point is to make this box all white territory, and then it's an easy win. So playing like this, black can fly out, which he did. And actually he can go even further, because if white Hane like this and captures one stone with a lot of effort, in the end that territory on the left side is not so large. Yeah, this was dangerous for black because white can still cap, but it seems black found his way out. Maybe here white should cover this way to take away liberty, and when black comes out, push and cut. But black can, white can always prepare. Playing this move, it's sente, so there is no communication between black stones on the left side, and then cover. If black goes here, push, and just surround everything. Yeah, no way out for black. That's all dead inside. So this will be pretty much the end. So here, yeah, black found a move to try to connect, but again, white should really play c13, because obviously what black wants to connect underneath at c13 or b12. So this move always threatens the cut. I mean, if black plays other things, let's say white cuts here, then push once, capture two stones in the corner, and now this is painful for black to leave, and then come back to the center and surround the other group. So it's pretty centered to play c13 for white. And now black managed to protect or to connect. Let's say white plays here, then a cut, now Atari from behind, and then wedge. So this is a better catch in the middle. Playing like this, white is losing some points. Normally white has to sacrifice two stones, then Atari from behind and connect. Now the guys in the center are trapped, but white already lost some points on the side. But this way, the fight is still okay for black. Yeah, now white has to go Atari here and maybe sacrifice two more stones. So white covers, then when black captures two stones, you leave the position as it is. But yeah, for black, losing these three stones was worth it because he got a lot of compensation on the side. But now it's dangerous. Black can play Atari here and connect this way. Now if you want to cut, it's going to be a self Atari. So the only option for white is to connect like this. Then black will connect also, Atari and connect. Now black stones are connected, so white is struggling to survive with the group in the middle. And this will be a completely a big turn of events in black's favor. So white blocks, Atari, turn, and black managed to go out anyway. Yeah, if white plays here, black has this Atari, then capture the three stones in the middle. So white needs to capture Atari from behind. Maybe in this case it's better to capture like this, and when black goes Atari, you can cut and fight the ko. So black will still connect here, but now you gotta protect this way. Then black will connect the center, and you must run out with these guys. So this reduction went well for black. Now in this position, black has already some advantage. Black could capture those two stones by playing this move, or by just turning. So when this happens, you catch two stones, and white has to live in the top. Hane, block this way. Ooh, that's dangerous. Then when black captures one stone, you gotta make eyes. If black starts a ko, this can backfire. So black needs to capture here, then white prevents the ko. But it's super painful to leave like that. And now black will attack the center stones. Well, something similar happened. Han and Hane, that's good. Now the way to make eyes here is just Keima. Kosumi. Or a tiger malformation. Well, this move it's a Keima from D18, but it's a diagonal move from G18. So when this happens, if black plays Atari, white always drops down, and there is nothing to do because when Atari, white will capture, and when Atari here and go down again, white already has the eye. So white can make the eye either of F19 or E19. Is the same thing. When Atari like this, just descend. So playing this way, black can go Atari like that and start a fight but there's a cutting point in the top, so black should actually protect here and allow white leave like this or like this. So let's see what happened. Oh, Atari, then cut, go out, then sacrifice, yeah. But this sacrifice is actually good for black, because black finishes center, but a little bit expensive though. Now black is going for a kill in the middle. Yeah, white captures. White could capture the stone like this to take away liberty, then when black jumps, white jumps also. This move, it's a capture, but later on, white can force the eye. Sorry, black will force the eye. So black right now should either push here or play a Keima, threatening to the group in the middle, but also to reduce the right side. So Kosumi again, white comes out. This looks like an easy capture, but in the end it wasn't. Ah yeah, black should protect this way. Even if white pushes out and goes Atari here and Atari again, there are not two eyes in the middle. When white plays here, white can push through and take away the second eye. So now white is trapped inside and completely surrounded and killed. This is going to be a ladder, so the cut is not a problem. Therefore, white has to resign now. So black played the wrong way. This Keima, which allows some cut later on, and Seki. Instead of this move, black should Atari, and on the Atari from behind, take the stone or just connect. And then when white connects, black can protect here, because if white goes down, black has Atari like this and capture a stone which separates the groups. So white was a little bit lucky. Now white cuts and we have a semi-eye in the center. White managed to make an eye. Black protects against the cutting point, and this results into a Seki. That was quite lucky. And it was actually a Sente Seki for white. So all those stones came back to life in Sente, and now we proceed with the endgame. That's a pretty large move to enclose the right side, probably one of the largest points on the board. Here white can Hane, threatening to catch 3 stones. Black has to jump, but this can wait. Yeah, this is fine. Show some fighting spirit. White should play the kick, I mean the attach. Black goes down, and then another one. But anyway, it's easy to break this side. That's fine. Alright, push through. Yeah, separate, good. Now white has a Tetsuji here. This move, G2. If black connects, white catches 1 stone. But it's bigger to go inside at P6, that's fine. And the follow-up should be just Nobi. If black keeps pushing, you catch a stone, then you have a double Atari and catch another stone. Like that, some reduction. Oh, actually, should capture this guy anyway, because after Atari, Nobi, black has to come back. So this is 1, 2, 3, plus the points you damage, about 5 points in center. Yeah, this is center too. Should just go Atari and after Atari push in center. Okay, the Atari wasn't center anymore, but the capture is. So this capture is center, fine. On and connect. But going down J2, it's pretty large too. Or in fact, play Atari. Here you should just go Sagari, descent, and then Atari and connect like this. Because Han and connect, it's not necessarily center. But now it was, because black took away his own liberty, so he doesn't want to see the clamp at M2. That's why he's playing the Hane. Okay. Now here this Atari and connect is still good. And later think about entry and come up and try to set up another combination. Black might go here, because this is now fine. Oh, some danger. Actually not much. S18 is big. The Hane at R19 will be center. So for black, it's better to play S19. Or connect underneath at J2, and when Hane, play a 1 space jump. But playing Q18 is strange. It's more like when white plays, black plays away, white Hane, then Unobi, then this, Atari, connect and connect. But still, if black wants to do something, it should be S19 and on the cut, Atari and push along. So black got too conservative all of a sudden. Interesting move. Zack, 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 zack. And actually, it's not necessary to defend. So let's say white Hane here, which is very sticky because of this Atari and come out. But okay, black defends, Atari and connects. Now white plays this connection, so black goes down. Now what are the options for white? If white plays here, obviously black will Atari, Atari and capture everything. So white can only push S2. And here black will connect, or Atari first then connect. Now if white goes down, white already lives in the corner, and this Atari doesn't bother because there are only 4 stones on the second line. So even if black pushes once and twice, there will be 6 in a row and still die. But white can also play this move, and when black turns in the corner, white will go down. White is not going to capture the stone. This is a mistake because black starts a ko. And when white goes down, if black approaches with this move, white Hane, and there is still no way to Atari because it's one eye versus no eye, so black puts himself in Atari. Therefore, white didn't have to play inside another move. This is -1 point. You better read out if you need to play a move and then decide not to. So push, cut. This is a pretty good endgame for black, but in the end, the Atari works. If black, if white cuts and extends, black can play here. White needs to connect, black can capture the ko. So that was a little chicken. That's fine. And that's pretty much it. Now when black plays Atari at M19, white should never fill the ko unless it's the last thing to play before saying pass. Right now, it's big to play F19. If black captures a ko, you can fight the ko or just leave it. It's still bigger to play Atari here and destroy another point. It's also big to play this Atari. And when black protects Hane, if white protects, he has a problem because of this Atari. So black needs to play here, then push along and connect. At the end, black needs to play inside. Now play another point here. And there are 2 ko fights. There is a ko to fill like this and a ko in the top. So white fills 1, black fills 1. But you don't really have to play to fill the ko for a half point when there are still 1 and 2 points moves on the board to be played. So that's more like a reflex play. This one was really good. If black doesn't play here, so let's say black pushes, white will throw in Atari from behind, then fight the ko. And it's very expensive. And lots of ko threads, so the whole left side can die big. Therefore, black protected very well. Yeah, no more Aji. And that's it. So, white got lucky in this one, but, well, there were other games where the opponents were lucky, and this compensates on the long run. Enjoy the review and keep on winning.